And now, please welcome to the stage, Presidential Diamond, Dana Moore.
I have a big, fat confession. I was hoping she would suck. Because when you have to follow the keynote speaker, there's just a little bit of extra pressure. And so I was kind of mulling it around, and I'm watching her backstage, and she's great. She's real great. And she's funny, but I'm used to being the funny one. So I was like, dang, she's great, she's funny, she's engaging, she's awesome. And I absolutely loved it. And I felt like in that moment, actually, that God spoke to me. And he said, someone else does not have to be dull for you to shine. And I was like, I'm Dana Moore, and I'm on stage right now to talk to you about retention, because that's my topic, that's what I'm good at, and that's what I'm going to help you get better at today. And I'm going to stay in my lane, and I'm going to be okay with that. But you guys, Michelle Poehler, she was good. She was really good. Okay, my topic is creating team retention for strong residual income. I have to read that because it's a long title. We're going to dive in and just get on the same page a little bit by talking about money, okay? Can we talk about money today? I like to talk about money because I like money. Do you guys like money? Good, you're my people. Does anybody not like money, or money makes them uncomfortable? And the fact that I even said that I like money makes you not like me, right? I know. It's okay, because I used to be like that. So I have a question for you, because I think that this is going to help shift your mindset a little bit and how you feel about money. Because if you feel uncomfortable about money, it's very likely that you have a money block, and that is holding back your business in doTERRA. So would you rather have a penny doubled every day for 30 days, that's what I would hand to you, or $1 million, a big sack of cash? Ooh, you guys are smart, and you've heard it before. But you're right. A penny doubled every day for 30 days is more beneficial to you than a one-time payout of $1 million. Let's look at a chart here. This is just a chart or a graph that kind of shows the increase of a penny doubled every day. And honestly, for the first about, 25 days, it doesn't look so good. It's not growing very much. Things are a little bit small. And you might actually be thinking, did I make the right decision? Because my friend is just rolling in dollar bills, and I'm still sitting here with not a ton of money. However, let's look at this chart, because it's a little bit easier to see and understand. By day 28, you realize you made a great decision. By day 29, well, you've doubled what your friend received in their $1 million payout. And by day 30, you're like, dang, Gina, I'm rich. Okay? Now, doTERRA doesn't work quite like this, but it is the same concept. Residual income does work like this. It snowballs into building an incredible income for you and your family. I want to talk to you about the story of hauling buckets versus building a pipeline. And this is an adaptation by Robert Kiyosaki. And I'm going to tell you about it because every time that I share it, it builds belief in me and reminds me of the incredible opportunity that we have in doTERRA. And when I heard this story for the very first time, I was sitting, I remember this, in our little apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, 4 children, recovering from bankruptcy. My dining room and our desk where our computer was is the same room. And I listened to the story of building a pipeline versus hauling buckets. And I was in doTERRA. I was a customer. I was a super sharer, not a builder. Definitely did not want to build. And just thinking about this concept, and I pretty much fell out of my chair. That's what it felt like in my heart. It was this moment of knowing you have been given the greatest opportunity of all time. It is handed to you. It is right there before you, and you have done nothing with it. And it unlocked everything for me. So I'm going to share it with you, my adaptation. So there was a man in a village. Well, let me just say this. We all know it was the women and the children hauling the water. So there's a woman in a village, and she is hauling buckets of water, okay? She travels about 2 miles back and forth, hauling buckets of water every day for her village. She needs this job, and the people need her. She brings water back, she can sell it, people need it, it's a great job, there's great job security. However, she doesn't get any time off. She really can't afford to get sick. She definitely can't afford for her children to get sick, because if she doesn't haul buckets of water, she doesn't get paid, and nobody has water, okay? So there's a little bit of, or a strong amount of restrictions on a job like this. So she started to think, as you do when you feel trapped, what could I do to change my fate? And she thought, you know what I'll do? I'll build a pipeline. I'll haul my buckets of water during the day, because I have to earn money. I have to have money for food and shelter and clothing. But at night, I'm going to quit watching Netflix, and I'm going to build a pipeline. I'm going to start digging and digging and digging and digging in my free time when I'm not hauling buckets, so that I can build a pipeline to the local water source. I can bring in cleaner, fresher, cheaper water and create time freedom for my family. And she did just that. And that is exactly what can happen for you with doTERRA, okay? All right, let's talk about your business a second. I want you to imagine instead of being like a network marketing company, let's imagine we all own a cafe, okay? So I like this cafe in the picture. Think of this as your business, okay? And you'll notice it has a great vibe. It's decorated cool. It's good community. People are there. They're hanging out. They're enjoying what it has to offer. This is what you own, okay? This is what you're offering to people. You're offering this cool experience. So they come in, and they get served by you. They get served this delicious juice, and they love it. It's a great experience. They're all in. This is the best place in town. I love this. I'm so happy it's here. Where has this been all my life? You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is they come back, but it's not the same experience anymore. It's as if you got them, but you don't know how to keep them. And I know this is true for a lot of you, because if your rank is struggling, it's because your retention is struggling, okay? I know it's true for a lot of you because you are great closers and you're high enrollers, but yet they're walking away or they're trying to find a new team. And it has a lot to do with this experience that they had first that you need to carry on. So what happened? This is what they were attracted to. This is what they expect, but you're going at the speed of light, running around town trying to find new customers, and this is what they're getting now. They feel like it's an automated experience. Wow, I got to sit down with you and talk with you, and you cared about my health, and you put me on a wellness plan, and then I was part of your drip campaign for 21 days. And that is really what people feel like. And I'm not saying that there's not a place for technology and great systems, because there absolutely is. But if you lose touch with people, they're going to lose touch with you. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about quality over quantity, okay? And this is the thing about enrolling people. We are always trying to bring new customers into our business. However, we always need to be taking care of the customers that we already have, the ones who have said yes, that nice, warm, cozy market that has already bought into doTERRA. Now, these two trees are both the rank of elite, okay? There's two separate teams here. The top team is an elite. They hit solid elite every single month. The bottom team has a lot more people, doesn't it? Has a lot more customers. However, their volume every single month is about 1,200. More people, less retention, less residual income. The person on the top takes very good care of their customers. They pay attention to them. They follow up well. They educate on LRP. The person on the bottom, they're a good closer. But every month they have to continue to keep closing and closing and closing to even make up that volume, and they're missing the rank every month, okay? So this is why I think that you need to have this conviction that retention is so important. Because if you can get them, but you can't keep them, you don't have residual income. You really are just hauling buckets. Service beyond the enrollment. Let's chat about that, because you have to have a servant heart, and you know I'm going to give you some good practical tips here. The thing about what you do after they say yes, after they come in and they're like, this is the best coffee of my life, I love this team, I love what you've got to offer, this is incredible, you have to continue that flow of care, and follow-up is going to be key for you there. So one thing that I do right away is I connect with people on Facebook or Instagram or whatever like social media they use. I find them and follow them or friend them. Okay? The reason I do this is because I can get to know a lot about someone by following their Facebook, right? I know if they're a cat lady. I know if they just had a grandbaby. I know if they got sick. I know who their friends are. I know what they do on the weekends. And it's actually good information for me. It helps me to know how I can support them best or what they're interested in. So I immediately follow up by following them. The next thing I do is I connect with a phone call. So when they enroll, I say, hey, listen, I'm going to call you or I want you to text me as soon as your oils come. I want to open that box with you on the phone. I want to make sure you feel excited and happy with what you've purchased, and I'll just give you a quick review. This works so well because when I've tried to set up membership consults, although I think that's key and that's my next step, sometimes people just flake. They don't show up, right? They dodge me. They don't know that who I am or what I have to offer, right? This isn't unique to you. All of us have this problem. They just don't want to commit to that meeting. And so we follow up with a phone call, we chat on the phone, we talk about their oils. It's a great experience. And after that, after they've been like, wow, thanks for calling, that was really helpful, I'm so excited, I give them an assignment. I say, your job for the next week is to have so much fun with your oils. When we meet next week, I'm going to come and we're going to map out a wellness plan for you. But before that, I just want you to have fun. I want you to have some oil experiences, have a good time with it, and then let me know what you love. Let me know what you've fallen in love with. And they love that challenge because what I'm creating is customers who love the product, right? And there's no pressure, and it's not salesy, and I'm serving them really well. Then I set up the membership consult, and of course I'm going to go through the perks of the membership and their LRP, but guess what? In the meantime, they've been looking through books, and they've been self-diagnosing, and they have their wish list ready to go, and the LRP flows. It just flows like honey. It's so easy then, because my first goal is not to sell them more. My first goal is to make them so happy with what they already bought, because I know they'll come back for more no matter what. Next, I do make sure I have them in a spreadsheet, but I connect with them on the 30, 60, and 90-day mark. So every month, I say, listen, I'm going to check in with you every month. I want to make sure that you feel confident with your oil use. I want you to bring me your questions, concerns. You know, we're going to chat. Just so you know, that's going to happen. I'll check in with you. And you don't have to do a phone call. You can do an Instagram voice message. You can do a Facebook voice message. You can text. Those things, whatever works for you and your people is totally fine, but the fact that you're doing it and you're diligent with it is going to matter. And then the last thing I do is just plug them in. Plug them into, your Facebook group with education or wherever you're educating the customers. But when they get plugged into something that you've invited them into, that's fun. That's exciting. That's not automation where it's like, hey, now that you're in, go there. And if you need anything, just go there. It's saying, hey, I'm your person. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to love you. And there's also this extra resource. I think you would love it. You see how the language is a bit different? People opt into it then, and then they utilize their resources more. The amount of genuine connection you have with a customer in their first 30 days will directly impact your residual income. If they do not feel excited, loved, cared for, all of those things in the first 30 days, the chances of them getting excited about it later are just smaller, okay? This has definitely been my experience. Okay, let's keep them coming back for more, all right? We want them to come back and drink our coffee. We want them to come back and experience our cafe. We want them to try new things, right? It's not even the same kind of coffee every time. We experience new things. We want them to keep coming back for a product. So I recommend doing a series of continuing education classes, and I follow Elise Gedevie's model with this in making sure that they have 2 months worth of different types of classes that they can come to. And we do these in person. I think it's incredible to have local events because you can hug people and you can smile at people and you can give them your energy and they can give you their energy. And it's this beautiful exchange of humanity that technology has robbed from us in so many ways that it stands out. And then when we do that, people notice, okay? I also recommend doing a Wellness Wednesday. We do this on our team, and it's every Wednesday night we have Wellness Wednesday. And you can do this no matter how big or small your organization is. But we teach them every single week something about oils. And it could be 20 minutes. These people have already enrolled. They've already been closed on. They don't need that. They just need product education and inspiration. And it can look something like top 10 oils for winter wellness, or a sneak peek into Dana's bathroom, and I'll show them my nighttime routine and go through skincare line. It's not necessarily fancy. It's just live, and it's consistent. The other thing that we could do is a Make It Monday. You can do this on your user groups as well, and it takes maybe 2 minutes. You could do this on your Instagram, wherever you're engaging with your customers. But go through a quick little DIY, how to make a roller ball. This isn't rocket science at all, but it will make a difference with your retention, and your customers will keep coming back because they'll say to you, you're so practical, you make it so easy. I was so confused about that. Don't forget that they're novice, right, and they need your support. Another thing that you can do, quarterly make and takes. That's really fun. Customers will come out of the woodwork for that, like a Super Saturday or any kind of workshop that they can come to and experience more. We did a spa workshop one time. We had incredible attendance for it because people got to come and experience all the spa products. And they absolutely loved being cared for like that and introduced to products that they weren't sure they wanted to order yet. And it's really hard to sample those, but they got to come and experience them and remind them like that we're a great community. We have great energy. It's good to be a part of what we have going on. And then the last thing, just giveaways, testimonials, and great questions on your user pages or in your Instagram. You want to learn how to engage the customer because they'll engage with you, and that gives you a very good clue of what they need. Why do they follow you? What are they hoping to learn? All right, another tip for you is to be thoughtful and to be thankful, okay? I have heard people complain so much about their team and about their customers. Oh, this customer stopped doing their LRP. I'm like, so what? That means that you're not doing your job. If they quit drinking the coffee, probably you're doing something wrong, okay? So I send faithful customers a gift occasionally, maybe twice a year. These are people that aren't builders and not necessarily even sharers, but yeah, they order from me every single month without fail. I'll go through my back office, I'll do a search, I'll send them a roller ball and a note and just say, thank you so much for being such a great customer. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you. I love supporting you. Simple, beautiful, thoughtful. I also send the not so great customers stuff. Because the thing is, I want to remind them. I want to figure out, why aren't they ordering? You know, and I'm not going to say, excuse me, why aren't you ordering? That's not how we handle people, okay? But I'll send them a card and I'll send them a roller ball and just say, hey, it's been a long time since we've connected. I want to make sure that you are still loving your oils. I'm always here for you. This is the best way to connect with me. And did you know we now have Wellness Wednesday? Or did you know there's an incredible promotion going on? Or whatever may serve them, right? Because that's the whole point. Send a message to them that serves them, but that does not sell to them, all right? That will come by itself. Authentic customer service shines bright in a world that is distracted by automation. You guys, get back into it. Get back to belly, toe to toe. We can build online. I absolutely think there's a place for that. I love that. It's a good thing, okay? But people still crave real, authentic connection, and that's what you can bring to them. So there is a quote by Art Jonak, and it says, if you really understood residual income, you would pass through a brick wall to get it. And I was like mulling this over a little bit, and I was like, would I pass through a brick wall for anything? Like, the impossibility of it is just like, I'm very aware, okay? So I was like, I don't like that quote very much, so I just crossed his stuff out. And I said, if you would be more intentional, or if you understood the power of residual income, you would be more intentional and deliberate with your customers' experience. You guys, go love your people well. Thank you.
Very sustainable, very green convention, so you don't